Come on. Hello, everybody. It's me, Shannon LaBruyere. I am live and loving it tonight. Welcome to Sunday Night Live, where we explore the principles that equip us to thrive in change. We do not shrink in change. We do not wither in change. We do not collapse under change. But these principles allow us to thrive, to sink our roots deep, to grow even in the dark seasons so that we are ready to burst forth with fruit when the season comes around again where we can shine. I'm here to tell you it's possible and it's all about a choice. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. Pop in the comments and say hello. I cannot wait to see who is chiming in. If you've never been with us live before, make sure that you give StreamYard permission to post your name and use your Facebook profile so that we know who you are. Awesome, awesome. Before we get too far started, this is today's Thrive principle. It is trust the process. Trust the process. Today, as we explore the things that maybe stop us from taking action toward our dreams and the things we want, I'm here to tell you that when you take an action, it's the start of a process. And until you take an action, you're not going to get a result. Well, you're not going to get the kind of result you want. So, hey, Michelle, I'm glad you're here. Welcome, Philip. Glad to see you. Laura, I'm so glad. Oh, the whole Granger family. Hello, hello. So glad to have you here. I want to point your attention for just a moment in the direction of thumbroastcoffee.com. Don't go there now, but when I'm done, absolutely go. Thumb Roast Coffee is the best coffee I've ever had. It's delicious. It is clean. It is locally roasted here in the thumb of Michigan, hence Thumb Roast. And you can have that goodness no matter where you live by ordering it online at thumbroastcoffee.com. You can also get 15% off if you use the coupon code THRIVE, THRIVE, at thumbroastcoffee.com. You will love it for sure. Promise. All right. Michelle, I'm so glad to see you. I have been thinking about you. You are amazing. About walking toward the things we want instead of waiting for them to happen. Uh, my daughter Olivia loves well, she's just a fashion plate. She's got very good fashion sense and she always looks beautiful. And she's been this way since she was allowed to pick her stuff. And when she needed some glasses, she was about, I don't know, I want to say she's in ninth or 10th grade. She got her eyes checked. And then we walked over to the glasses thing. She took a look around, picked up a pair, put them on her face, looked in the mirror and said, okay, these are good. And I was flabbergasted because you guys, this is how I pick glasses. I go and I pick 20 pair of potential frames and then I lay them all out. And then I do process of elimination and I spend used to be hours trying to pick the glasses that looked exactly right. And here my daughter, who always looks great, snatches a pair off the wall, puts them on and says, "Oh yeah, these will work." And she is done. I had a lot of respect for that, you guys. And it just made me start thinking, what makes me take forever to make a decision? And I wonder how you are with decision making. Do you make quick decisions? Does it shock you to think of walking in and picking a blouse off the rack, trying one blouse on and going, "Oh, okay, this is it," and leaving? Or putting on one pair of glasses and looking in the mirror and deciding, "Oh, yeah, these are fine. These are great. Let's go." It was a lesson to me. It was a lesson to me when I saw how quickly she made a decision. And her choice was just as good, I'm going to be honest, as mine was taking 2 hours I had to start thinking maybe, just maybe, I'm complicating the decision process a little bit. And here's the thing, we have to decide to do something before any meaningful action happens. We have to decide to take a step in a direction. What stops us from deciding to take a step in that direction? I can tell you what it is in the case of me picking glasses. I'm afraid I'm not going to get the absolute best pair. A lot of times we are afraid to make a decision to step in that direction because we're afraid that's not actually the direction we want to go. Anybody else? Afraid to take a step in a direction because you're afraid that it's not the right one? Here's the thing. Unless you're spending $1 million or I don't know what else, doing something that's irreversible, taking a step in the right direction is not going to prevent you from turning around and going back. Corey, I'm glad you're here. Mary, I'm glad you're here. Corey says, always trying to make sure it's the right decision. Who else loves to be right? Corey loves to be right. I love to be right. And I want to make sure I'm right. I'm careful to be right. But this is the thing. When you've got a dream, or even more importantly, if you have a calling on your life, a purpose, when you are afraid to take an action because you're afraid it's the wrong decision, you've just decided to not pursue your dream. Because guess what? It's not going to come to you. Waiting for something to happen means nothing is going to happen. Waiting for something to happen means nothing happens. Well, something happens, but it's usually taking you in the wrong direction. When we worry about being wrong and we don't try something, we might as well have not done anything at all. So Philip says this, I will pick out glasses or a shirt, etc. if I like it and it fits. Good for you. Those of you who are quick at making decisions like that, I encourage you to use that kind of philosophy in making other decisions about taking action. I'm not talking about taking extreme action that can never be reversed, right? Marching into the boss's office, having a fit, screaming you're fired, burning all your bridges. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about waiting for something to happen versus walking toward what we want to happen. Sometimes we worry about being wrong, right, Corey? Sometimes we worry about being responsible. We feel as if we make the choice to do something and it doesn't work out great, then we're the ones who are responsible. And sometimes we want other people, anybody else, to be responsible. This is the thing. You are responsible for your life. Oh, hi. How are you doing, Debbie Holland? You are responsible for your life. I'm going to say that again. You are responsible for your life. Waiting for somebody else to make the decision for you is giving up the responsibility that God gave you to be a steward of your talents, of your abilities, of your passion, of your dreams. It can be scary, but we have to acknowledge that we are responsible for our life. We cannot wait for other people to step up and own our life, because guess what? They never have our plan at heart. They have their plan at heart. When you wait instead of taking action toward what you want, you put your future in somebody else's hands. And guess what? Your future is not nearly as important to them as theirs is. They will take your gifts, your talents, your abilities, and they will use them for their purposes. Doesn't mean they're evil and bad. What it means is that the people who are willing to take action When you put them in charge of your life, their actions will take you along their agenda. They will not take you on yours. Sometimes we just don't want to take action. We don't want to take that step in that direction because we don't want to be responsible for the decision. What if it's wrong? All right, guess what? I have good news for you. You cannot be wrong. The only thing that happens when you make a decision and take an action is you get information and you get to decide what to do with that information. You get to decide what to do with that information. Failure, some people really let it get to them. I want to tell you, failure is a valuable thing because it teaches you so much. When we do not take action, here's the third thing we fear. Because of failure, we fear failure. We rob ourselves of the opportunity to learn and grow. For real, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to learn and grow when we refuse to take an action because we're afraid we will fail. Any action you take, you are going to get a result. You might want to write this process down. We take an action, we get a result. We reflect on the result, and then we make an adjustment, and then we take another action. That's the path of forward movement. That's the path of growth. We take an action, we get a result, we assess that, we reflect on it, we make an adjustment, and we take another step. That is how the human brain learns. That's how you learn to walk. That's how we still learn. Failure is not bad, it's important. So when we don't want to take action and walk toward our dream, walk toward our purpose, because we're afraid we will fail, we are robbing ourselves of the opportunity to grow. We worry about making the wrong decision. We worry about being held responsible for it, even though we're the ones who are responsible. We worry about, oh, Mary says I make it sound so easy. Well, Mary, it's simple. I do make it sound simple, but I want to acknowledge it is not easy. It's not easy. It requires courage. It requires courage. So you're hitting the nail on the head there. I make it sound easy. I don't mean to, Mary, but it is simple. It is simple. When you are frozen, knowing there's something you want, but unable or not choosing to take an action toward it, this is the easiest way I know. The easiest way I know to get started, to get the ball rolling, to start taking meaningful action. And it is this: take the smallest action you can possibly take in that direction and see what result you get. Assess it, make an adjustment, and then take another action. Often we convince ourselves that small action won't be enough. And sometimes it's not, but most of the time, a small action is enough. A small action is better than no action almost all the time. Taking that small action in the direction of our goal, of our dream, of our purpose, a powerful thing. Mary says, maybe that's a better word, simple. Well, I want to make sure I'm not making it sound too easy. So, Mary, you are 100% right. If I made it sound easy, I take it back. It is simple, but it is not necessarily easy. Marie says this: by having knowledge and applying it, it's wisdom. Psalms 2. I love that, right? When we take an action, we get knowledge and we can use wisdom to decide how to apply it. We can use wisdom when we decide our next steps, right? So when I was a young person, the thing to do after youth service was to decide where everybody was going to go out to eat. We would spend a lot of time trying to decide, where are we going to go out to eat? We would talk about it. Did somebody want to go to Carmen's because they had all you could eat lasagna and salad on Friday nights? We could go to Carmen's. Yeah, but a lot of people didn't like Italian. Maybe we should go over to McDonald's because it was cheap. Well, what about this? What if we went over to the Coney Island? We could, and on and on and on and around we go. And often we would take so long to decide that pretty soon, well, Carmen's isn't an option because they closed at 9. And then pretty soon, well, McDonald's isn't an option because they closed at 10. And when it was all said and done, the only place we were going to be able to go was White Castle Hamburgers because they were open 24/7. We took so long to make a decision about doing something meaningful that all of our options evaporated. This is important on many levels. This is important. Some of you are laughing, which I love. Um, this is important to remember on many levels. Not making a decision is a decision. Not choosing is a choice. By delaying a decision to take action, waiting, you are, as time goes on, going to have fewer and fewer options available to you. The thing about decisions is this: the earlier you make a decision, the more options you have. Waiting does not give you more options. Waiting takes them away. I'm going to say that again. Waiting to make a decision to walk in the direction of your dreams, waiting to take a step in that direction does not give you more options. It removes them because time marches on. Things change. Carmen's closes, and now you don't get all you can eat Italian with the endless bread basket. Yeah, I wanted to go to Carmen's. I'm just going to be honest. We ended up at White Castle. So, where are you timing out your decision making? Here's where the rubber meets the road tonight. This is where the process really starts to work within you. Where are you timing out a decision that you need to make? Because the longer you wait to make the decision, for whatever reason that's stopping you, whether it's fear that you'll be wrong or fear that you're going to be responsible, whatever that fear is, what decision do you need to make to get yourself going toward that dream? Because the longer you stay pat, the longer you sit still, the farther away that dream gets. Like I said, it doesn't always mean you go in and quit your job and, go off and join the army. You've got many, many options of the kinds of action you can take. But taking an action toward it, toward that goal, toward that dream, toward your calling and your purpose is essential for you to actually get there. If you are waiting for something to happen, I'll tell you what's happening. Your options are getting fewer. Your agenda is being hijacked by others. And you are losing your opportunity to take your most valuable asset, which is your time right now, and doing something meaningful and amazing with it. Maybe you're afraid you'll fail. Then take a small action, get a result, make an adjustment, and then take another action. But do something, because waiting is never going to get you there. When you are leading yourself, and I'm a big fan of leadership, as you know, I have a women's mastermind program called Livestream Leadership. I am passionate about people leading themselves and others well. When we are leading ourselves well, we do not allow fear to stop us from taking meaningful action in the direction of our dreams, our goals, and our calling. We don't allow fear to stop us. So maybe you're waiting for the fear to go away. Mary Bell Edwards, I've got some news for everybody. And this will not surprise you, Mary. The fear does not go away. If you're waiting for the moment when you are not afraid to take that new step, to take that risk, to try that new thing, I'm here to tell you the fear does not go away. Your alternative is to do it afraid. Now, not every action brings fear in every person, but you know what you're afraid of. You know what you're afraid will happen if you take that step to find out, what does it take for me to be a pharmacist? What does it take? Just investigating your option makes your heart pound, makes you sweat, makes you start thinking, oh my word, what can I do? I could never. I could never. What would happen if I moved to another state? Oh, all of a sudden, whew, you feel like the brick is on your chest. Sometimes we just have to do it afraid. Don't wait to take meaningful action towards your dream. Don't wait for the fear to go away because it never does. What we have to do is exercise our resilience by taking meaningful action even when we are afraid. Ooh, Philip says this. I just had to make a big, important decision. I took a day and prayed for direction first. There's wisdom. Not waiting forever, not waiting for the answer to drop down from the sky, right, Philip? But you sought God, asked for wisdom, asked for direction. That is wisdom. And then you take action with no guarantee. Anytime any of us ever take an action, there is no guarantee of the result. Anybody ever step off of your porch in the winter, hit a piece of ice, fall down, crack your leg? I've never broken my leg, thank God, but I've bruised it up pretty bad. Took a step, thought I was going to have the result of being able to continue walking on the sidewalk. Boom, I got taken by surprise. Anytime we take an action, we cannot guarantee the outcome, but we can take meaningful action in the direction of our goals, get feedback, get results, and make adjustments. No guarantees in life, but I will tell you this, as a person leading yourself well, consistently taking small actions in the direction of your goal is far better than sitting in one place and waiting for everybody else to decide if they're going to go to Carmen's for the all-you-can-eat lasagna or if they're going to go to McDonald's to get the cheap hamburger, and then you all end up at the White Castle. No shame in the White Castle, but other people in charge of your decision means you're on their agenda, not yours, and you're a steward of your life. All right, so let's see. Carol says, this week I felt my next was to quit one job, and I wrote the resignation letter and emailed it. I did it. So let's take a moment and we applaud you, Carol. That was courageous. Oh my word. I'm still in shock, but I had to take the first step to the rest of my life. Thank you, she says. Hashtag do it afraid. Hashtag just do it. Yes. Much applause. That's wonderful. Marie says, serving instead of volunteering for the kids of church has given me more incentive. Ah, Marie, you're talking about a mind shift. What a powerful tool that we have in our toolbox to be able to take meaningful action and have the motivation to do it, right? Changing that mindset, serving instead of volunteering. Same task, right? But serving, it's meaningful. It's a part of your purpose and your calling. That's beautiful. Thank you, Marie, for sharing. Carol, so love our Saturday morning classes, she says. I am so much further ahead than I was. I am too, Carol. And I'm here to invite any of you, women, ladies. This is a ladies growth group, but we meet 3 Saturday mornings a month for an hour over Zoom. It's called Live Stream Leadership. And we encourage each other along with learning how to lead ourselves and others well, growing so that our capacity is bigger, so that we can have more impact toward our dreams, our goals, and our purpose. If that's something that excites you or interests you, drop it in the comments. Send me a message. I'll send you some information, let you know what it's about. But I'm here to tell you whatever you need to do, whether it's joining a growth group, a training group for lady leaders, or finding another avenue where you are going to get the support, the encouragement from safe people that want you to thrive. Wherever you go to do that, I want you to know that you do not have to face your fears alone. There are people, caring people, encouraging people who can help you. That's why I love what I do here on Sunday Night Live. That's why I love what happens in Livestream Leadership. You may have a group like that. Turn to those people. Ask those people to help you, to pray for you, to support you as you take your steps, as you take action. I just want you to know that waiting for your dreams to come to you, you will be waiting for a really long time, waiting for the fear to go away. It's never going to go away. There's always something that we are afraid of because we were wired to be safe. And safe means I'm going to stay here because I know what to expect. Even though that's a myth, you guys. We never know what to expect. It might feel perfectly safe right here today, and then the whole company goes away, right? Which happened to me. Perfectly safe and secure job. And then all of a sudden, my whole district dissolves and my job disappears. What? Waiting is not going to get you closer to your dreams. Letting the fear of failure hold you back. It's a myth. Failing does not hold you back from your dreams. It helps you get closer to them because you get results and you can take action and move forward. Making a decision like Philip does. It's a shirt. I like it. I bought it. The end. Making a decision quickly instead of trying 5,000 things to figure out what's the best. Pick one. And if it's good, take it and move on. Make a decision, get a result, assess it, reflect on it, make an adjustment, and do it again. There are so many obstacles that seem to be in our path when it comes to pursuing what we want, what we love, what we feel like God's drawing us to do. I want you to know that those are just a mirage. It's not easy, Mary, right? It's not easy, but it is simple. And it becomes easier as we practice taking small, meaningful steps in the direction of our goals. It's powerful. You can do it. You can do it. Corey says so many great things happen in Livestream Leadership. It is the truth. When hungry people come together who want to learn good principles and help each other apply them and explore them, the conversations that come out of that are just mind-blowing to me. It's a wonderful, wonderful process. And again, if that's something that you think you'd like to be a part of or even sample, let me know because we can connect you, have you come in and sit for one of our wonderful mastermind sessions, join a couple of new people that just came on this week, which is pretty cool. I'm always loving to add to that group people who are hungry to grow and who want to lead themselves and others well. You guys, you were created to have an impact on this world. You were created to have an impact on this world. Each one of us is unique and valuable. God put certain things in each one of us. He wants us to steward those things. And we let fear stop us from taking action in that. We can't let worrying about making the wrong decision, worrying about if we fail, worrying about being responsible. Own it. It's my life. I'm going to make a decision. Like Carol says, she said, I had to take the first step to the rest of my life. And she did a difficult thing, a resignation letter. Amazing. Amazing. You can do it. You guys, I love talking with you. This has been amazing. I love seeing your energy. I love knowing that you want good things for your life and that you're willing to put the time in to learn it. One thing before we go, I posted the link on the Thrive and Change page, but I've had many people suggest that I start a podcast, and just want you to know, I actually have a podcast. There's 119 episodes of my podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can find them on both of those sites. Uh, Check them out. All you have to do is do a search for Thrive and Change. Pop my name in there if it helps. But there are 119 powerful, solid, true, principle-based podcasts out there that will help you to do what we've talked about today, that will give you the tools you need so that you can continue to pursue what you were called to do, to pursue your best. All right, with that, mwah, I love you all. You're welcome, Marie and Corey. Yay. Look up the podcast. Awesome. Yeah, go ahead, check it out, follow it. You can review it. If you listen to an episode that's mediocre, just listen to a couple more till you get a great one, and then you can give me 5 stars. No, I want you to be honest. I do. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Have a great week. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care. Bye.